Only at certain times, because of a certain work, we have done certain things to remind people of their past lives. I met a lady, she believes 100%. Tom Cruise was her husband. Then I said, you know, I also knew him very well in his previous life. She said, what? I want you to just imagine yourself. Suppose you suddenly realize one of these young women was your mother in your previous life. You go like this teary-eyed to her, she's not going to like it. You can't ignore her now because she's your mother. All the emotions come back. Enormous emotions. And all the things that were left unsaid and undone, now you want to do it. But she's not willing, she's a young woman. She's not your mother, she'll laugh at you. Worse, this boy who's sitting in front of you, you suddenly remembered in your past life he was your wife. See, already you cannot deal with this, isn't it? You cannot deal with this. Current life's emotion itself is wringing you out, isn't it? This life's emotion itself with different relationships that you held in your life is just driving people crazy. If you remember all this, it is not going to serve any purpose. Only at certain times, because of a certain work or if you want to call it a mission, was on hand, we have done certain things to remind people of their past lives. But after that, never again, because it's not important. I met a lady, I met a man first. The aggrieved husband I met first. The man comes to me and, he moved from India to United States and he's doing very well there, successful, everything. But now, the wife has been seeing psychics and on the phone, she's on with them, paying hundreds and thousands of dollars as bills. Above all, the psychic has convinced her, in her previous life, Tom Cruise was her husband. She believes 100%. So, she buys a huge house in Beverly Hills and every Saturday she's throwing parties, hoping one day he will walk in. And she's sure he will walk in because the psychic has told her, you just be in that area, just keep throwing parties, one day he will walk in and carry you away. So he came to me and said, Sadhguru, what to do? I have Tom Cruise's wife at home. I said, okay, you send her to me. We will see. So I said, let her come to the engineering program. We had a retreat on the Great Lakes in Michigan. So beautiful resort and we have a engineering retreat which we are not doing anymore. So she came for that. So as soon as she comes, she wants to meet Sadhguru, meet Sadhguru, meet Sadhguru. I said, no, go through the program, after that we will meet. But she was putting so much pressure on everybody, no, I have to meet him, I have to meet him. So on the first evening, the evening introduction happened, next day I avoided her somehow. Next day evening I got stuck with her. I had to meet her. Then I said, okay, and we sat. Then she opened up. I think my husband has told you already, but I'm telling you, this is 100% true. What do you think? I said, yes, it is true. Even I'm very clear. In your previous life, Tom Cruise was your husband, yes. She was very happy, at last she found a guru. Then I said, I also knew him very well in his previous life, but he was so ugly in his last life, but this time he's turned out pretty good. She said, what? It never occurred to her in his previous life, he need not look the same way. So this past life nonsense can get you into a deep mess. You don't do that. Handling this life well is important, very important. This is on hand. And another problem that people have is, Sadhguru, was I with you in your last life? I said, see, if you were with me and you didn't make it, I don't want to have nothing to do with you in this life. If you're a fresh candidate, let me look at you. If you're a failed candidate, what do I do with you? So I'm saying, all you will do is get into hallucinatory states of imagining all kinds of things. This is what you need to get out of, because mind has 1,000,000 compartments. It can make up stories in such a way that you cannot imagine possible, it'll make it absolutely real. See, there are schizophrenic people, people who have multiple personalities. One case which has been recorded is a person having 32 full-fledged personalities, 32. But I'm telling you, mind has the capacity to generate 1,000 if you want. That is the capacity of the mind. Unfortunately, most human beings never explore it. If you give this much material to it, it can produce so much out of it. Like today you program the computer, it can produce every permutation and combination that is possible from that little information. That's what your mind is doing in a much more complex way. So don't yield to these things.
Why are we so enchanted by the mystery of past lives? What is it about the notion of having lived before that beckons to us, whispering secrets from the shadows of our collective subconscious? Let me tell you, my dear seekers, it is a fascinating concept, the idea that we are not just the flesh and bones sitting here, but an accumulation of countless lifetimes. But it is essential to understand why it is really futile to remember past lives. This understanding is not just intellectual, it must seep deep into your being. The past is a graveyard, and to dig into a graveyard can be nothing but an invitation to chaos. You see, the past lives are a tapestry too complex, too interwoven with countless threads, each color representing a different emotion, a different relationship, a different experience. To pull on one thread with the intention to unravel a single storyline could very well make the whole tapestry come apart. Imagine just for a moment that you could remember your past lives. What would you do with that ancient anger, those long-gone loves, those century-old conflicts? You are here now, and this is your reality. The present is the only time you can act, the only time you can live, and the only time you can change. The fascination with past lives can also be a subtle trap. It can be an escape from the present. It can be an escape from the immediate and from the real. It is as if you are reading a novel while sitting on the banks of a beautiful river, missing the freshness of the breeze, missing the song of the birds and the dance of the leaves. Why be content with the stories when life is waiting to embrace you, here and now? Moreover, Diving into past lives can disturb the very fabric of your spiritual existence. You are a unique being at this moment, with specific lessons to learn, particular experiences to have, and individual karma to burn. If you become too entangled with who you were, you may then forget who you are meant to become. This moment is a seed, dear seekers, and your future is the tree. If you constantly look backward, how will you then nurture this seed? How will you then provide it with the light of your awareness, with the water of your love? The chaos that comes from remembering past lives is like walking into a storm. The winds of confusion will pull you in every direction. The rain of unresolved emotions will soak you to the bone, and the lightning of old passions could strike at the very heart of your peace. Instead, dear seekers, seek the stillness that comes from being present. With this stillness, you'll find a lake of peace, its surface untouched by the ripples of past memories and future anxieties. The past is a memory, indeed, but memories are like the echoes of a song no longer being played, haunting but not tangible. The future, which is a dream, painted with the brushes of our desires and fears, but it is not yet the canvas of your reality. Only the present is real, a stage where the play of life unfolds moment by moment. This present moment is under your command. It is a malleable companion that reacts to your touch, to your thoughts, and to your essence. Make peace with not knowing your past lives, and you will uncover the truth of your being. Like a lotus that thrives in mud, yet blossoms above the water, you too can rise from the mud of your history, untouched, pure, and resplendent. When you embrace the present, life simplifies. It becomes an experience not cluttered by what was or what could be, but rather what is. Your senses awaken to the subtleties of each experience. The richness of life is in its immediacy, the taste of the fruit just bitten, the warmth of the sun on your skin this very second, and the laugh that bubbles up from your belly here and now. These are the jewels of a life well lived. In the tapestry of existence, your focus on the present is the brushstroke that defines the art of your life. The color that you choose to weave now becomes the predominant hue of your current existence. Let this color be vibrant, the red of passion for the life you lead, the blue of depth in the emotions you feel, or the green of growth in the spirit you nurture. Let it be filled with light, the light of your highest self, shining bright and clear. Let it be pure, unclouded by the smog of past resentments or future worries. By concentrating on this vibrant, light-filled, pure stroke of existence, you become a conscious artist of your life. Each moment becomes a deliberate act of creation, which is a testament to your focus on the path of the present moment. And in this focused creation, spiritual enlightenment is no longer a distant mountain to be climbed, but the very path you walk on, step by mindful step. In this way, my dear seekers, by living with such intentional presence, you honor the sacredness of life. You affirm the power of now. You align with the cosmic dance that moves to the rhythm of the eternal present. And it is here in this dance that you will find the deepest joys and the highest truths. This is the true path to spiritual enlightenment, a path that you are already on whenever you choose to be fully present.